Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the official ARK podcast number 296. My name's Coach MT, and I'm here live with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Atlas. Please take it away, sir.
Thanks for the introduction, Coach Mistletoe. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. This is Wednesday, August 23rd, Hump Day. Our special guest of honor, Miss Kelly Snook, she is here. Should have seen her pulled up in the new spaceship. It's got this fluorescent, like purple and green. As the spaceship moves, it changes colors. Depends on the angle that you're kind of looking at the paint from. Looking really, really nice. Glad to have her here. We have 3 shorts for your viewing pleasure from our content creators. Mistletoe's going to go over that. We're not going to have the Wheel of the Toad as we're restructuring the all aboard sessions. Just kind of the whole way we do the whole contest here. As we're gearing up, getting ready for the release of the Terra, and then shortly after that, you're going to be getting a lot of information about Quant, the zero Ponzonomics game. If your project doesn't have utility, if it doesn't have a true cash generating, and folks, when I say cash, I mean this type of cash every hour, every single day. If it doesn't have that, be careful. Read the warning. Check how many grams of sugar per serving, because it could be quite dangerous if you're not over here on the side of having sustainability income. We wish we could have brought the income before the ROI DAP into Vault, but now with the ArcLight, as we're calling it, you're going to be able to see that we have the revenue first, and then the whole yield comes after, because it's already being generated. So we're very excited about that, folks. We're going to be releasing more and more tidbits of data, so you'll be able to make your informed decision. And as you know, we're very, very excited as there's some big influencers who are FOMOing at the bit, waiting for their piece of the Terra card business. It has a 2-tier affiliate program. So if you have a friend or a big influencer or crypto enthusiast and they have a following, or maybe they're teaching people how to trade, or they're some sort of educator or leader of a community where people are using crypto on a daily basis, if you use your link, you're going to earn on everything they do. And we're talking substantial rewards paid out instantly in USDT right to your favorite wallet. Taking a quick look, we're at 5,586 total ARK Vault accounts. Liquidity on PCS is 62,304 BUSD. ILC reserves 108,595 BUSD. The price of ARK is 10 cents. And today, the Spark price pool is at 843.60 ARK. We're going to find our next winner here live for you today. And of course, our MVP gets 10% of the whole pool. Their wallet ends in 0899. We already know who they are. Congratulations, MVP. We'll be finding the Spark winner later. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Brett Nordin for some updates. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good. Been working real busy on, I think you said ARK Quant. That's going to be the production name for ArcLight. So I guess we kind of gave that out as a little alpha today.
We
Not
sure
to
did.
confuse anything. Yeah, we're walking through all the user flows in the back end, as well as the UI and everything, getting things adjusted for that yield product, the new yield product. So things are looking really good. We're pretty excited. We obviously have to finish up Terra here. That's going to be the focus. And Alex he has a scheduled vacation tomorrow. He won't be back in the office until Monday. So we had to hold off on the testing this week. But it looks like as soon as he's back, I'm going to go through an entire user flow, order a card, do all the purchasing and everything. So That'll happen early next week, not this week, unfortunately, but he was afraid, like we'd get halfway through the process, he'd have a bunch of little things he'd have to clean up and do. And he's obviously got his head focused on the right things and priorities and vacations and things like that. So we're going to end up doing that testing next week, but we'll be further ahead. He is doing some walkthroughs on his own today with the KYC flow and other things and making sure that everything's looking good. So that's where we're at with Terra. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the testing we wanted to this week, but looks like early next week when he gets back in the office, we'll attack that and address the entire flow, which will be exciting. And that's about it, I think, unless you want me to dive into anything more. The privacy products dev team working hard, gave us an update today. Things are moving along. And that's about it. I've just been back and forth with all three dev teams, our internal with Alex, as well as the privacy team, as well as the our quant team. So yeah, great progress and things are moving ahead. And as you mentioned, we're excited about bringing out a new yield product that has a revenue generating yield engine that doesn't sleep. It's going to be amazing.
No tax, no
Ponzi.
Tax. You don't have to wake up and go and shill to get somebody in so that the chart can keep pumping. I mean, there is no token in the components. I mean, this stuff is
no compound taxes. Yeah, no gas fees. It's all Web 2.0, and it will be crypto in, crypto out. So that's exciting. In that, if you understand why that's exciting, you don't have to open a brokerage account at Charles Schwab or something like that, but it's still Web 2.0. So that's cool. But you can pay with crypto and you can also take crypto out. So yeah, we'll be revealing more and more as we go, but we're trying to fashion a little bit after how the reward system and everything works in the ROI DApp, so people are familiar with it. All the existing user base will kind of be like, oh, this makes sense. It's pretty easy. It's intuitive. I could just jump in here and start working with it. So that's the concept. So there shouldn't be a whole bunch of foreign terms to deal with. Anybody that's been in DeFi will pick it up very easily. Maybe some new people coming in will have a little bit of, the nomenclature may not make 100% sense, but it's pretty simple, really. It's like we said, it's ARK Lite. It's super simple. Money in, money out. No taxes.
CWR.
CWRs, no NDVs, no nothing.
Question. Could
Go
I ask
ahead.
a quick question?
We might answer it. We may not answer it, depending.
Yeah,
on how
I
deep
know.
it goes.
I know. We'll see. But I had a question because Brett mentioned, it's Web 2. And so I was wondering, will we be able to invest in ARK Quant as like with our IRA account? Like if you have an IRA account or a traditional brokerage account, would you be able to take that IRA money and invest that into ARK Quant?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think so. That's a whole different world.
That
And
would
it's
be
crypto
dope.
in, crypto out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something to look forward to later. But I mean, right now we're going for what we've always talked about, Brandon. The average Joe and Jane. Most of these folks are working 2 to 3 jobs, or they're looking for some yield opportunities in their life, and they just want to know within 5 minutes how easy it is to get involved in what they have to do. They don't even have to learn Web3 or MetaMask or any of the complex things we love about, the vault and the legacy NFTs. Of course, we want them to learn, the educational piece. It's all been built. It's all sitting there. So we want to educate them, but we understand that if we want to have that mass market appeal, it's got to be easier than really peeling a tangerine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
It's
love
that
it.
easy.
I guess I conflated Web 2 with fiat. Like maybe people would be able to go in and out with fiat versus crypto. But like I said, I must have I was conflating that. So maybe in the future.
And what we mean by Web 2 also is logging in and
Right.
and setting up an account with a traditional password, which, James at the water cooler knows how to do. His Bank of America has a password, and he doesn't have to have a wallet, right, or a MetaMask. So they'll sign up, they'll get the email, they'll confirm the email, and that's how they'll be able to log in and manage their account and see their growth. And there won't be a whole bunch of buttons and timers and things that they have to do. It's just invest. And the great part about it is that they'll be able to just scan a QR code, right from the website. We won't even call it a D app because it's not. it's a web system that if they have Ethereum, they have Bitcoin, if they have Litecoin, if they have Cardano, if they have XRP, if they have Avalanche. I mean, what I'm trying to say is any crypto, even if they have crypto bananas, we'll take their crypto bananas. Send us your crypto bananas, please. Send them in, and we'll credit them tax-free. And a fantastic, very, very attractive, bountiful reward for the referral, instant payouts. They won't be going into a vault time system. They'll be instantly paid out to your wallet. I mean, this thing's going to fly, folks. It's going to be really fantastic. That it's the kind of thing that once you understand it, you see all of the components. I know there's a lot of fear in the space for going to a neighbor or an old friend and sitting down and showing them DeFi, because you have a couple of hurdles, and I think the main one is having to sit and educate and hold their hand and explain to them that there is no 1-800 number to call like a Bank of America when you sent the transfer to the wrong bank address. So there's a certain sense of responsibility that I think a lot of you could understand, of the educational piece when you take someone under your wing and you mentor them in this space. And then, of course, getting them to a project you don't know how sustainable, how long it's going to last. There's a lot of, rug pulls and, really ugly situations that happen. So you also have to deal with that. But, with this system, we're taking away that whole piece of having a handhold these folks, because it is so simple and easy. And once they can understand, and you understand how the revenue, where it's coming from, how it's generated, it's not tax-based, it's not Ponzi-based. If for 3 months, like it's happened pretty much here so far at the ARK, if nobody comes in, it wouldn't matter. The printers will continue to run, which is pretty crazy. Oh, can you hear my sounds, Coach MT?
That one came in a little weird.
Ooh, something happened here.
We heard it, but it sounded just really static.
Can't hear anybody.
Can I ask a question real quick?
I don't think Atlas can hear you, but if I can answer it, I'll answer for you.
Well, I just want to know, when you said they'll take any token, does the token have to have value? Because I have a bunch of tokens in my wallet from 7 or 8 years of collecting. Okay, so I'd love to get rid of them.
I would assume they would have to have a value. Yes.
Okay, I'm just thought I'd ask, because man, if I could get rid of these shit coins, I'd love to do it.
I feel you on that one. Half of those ones I'm probably scared of interacting with now.
I've been collecting shit coins back since 2017, so I've got quite a few. Like, I think I have 3 pages in my MetaMask wallet of coins.
Holy.
I'm back. I couldn't hear you guys. Could you hear me okay?
We could. The sound effect came a little weird, but
Okay.
I was asking a question there, Atlas. I think Mistletoe answered it, but I'll just throw it at you real quick. I've got 3 pages of shitcoins in my MetaMask wallet. I don't know if they all have value, so can I throw some of them at you?
You sure can. We'll swap it all out.
Okay.
And we'll credit you.
You got
Now,
it.
don't send any dust. None of that nasty stuff.
No. They had a value at one. They had a value at one time, but I'm not sure if they do anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sure that the gas is not going to cost more than the value of the
Right.
of the underlying asset that's being transferred for crediting your account. But yeah, we'll take everything. And the great part there too in the system that we'll also pay out the investor in any cryptocurrency that they want. They want crypto bananas? Take your crypto bananas. You want Cardano? Take Cardano. You get to choose. Maybe they spoke with a friend. They had a breakfast or a brunch over the weekend a couple of days ago, and now they want their XRP back. So, oh man, I've got the ARC-Lite, payments coming in. Maybe I should request those payments to come out to me in XRP. Go right ahead, Jimmy. Just hit the button, put the wallet address, click send, and there it goes. Go live your best life, buddy. Happy days.
It would just have to be like on the BNB chain though, right?
Oh no, sir. Oh no.
Oh.
You're not understanding.
No.
Anything.
Crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, AVAX. I mean, pick your poison.
Could it even just be like an S coin, like a random smart contract?
Yes.
Insane. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to see how much of an S coin it is.
It has to have.
I mean, if they
You're gonna have to have a swap.
Yeah. If they want to get paid out in Pepe or whatever.
0.00001 cent each. It'd be more gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to see how far down the rabbit hole. Maybe we'll keep it to the top 20. How about top 20? Wouldn't that be enough? Go ahead.
Let me ask this question, and obviously feel free to not answer if it's too deep. But the yield engine behind ARC-Lite or ARC-Quant, how much testing do you have at this point on that?
Plenty of testing.
And it's going great?
Fantastic. Over 6 months.
Woohoo!
That's going
Woohoo!
fantastic.
Woohoo!
Now, I have 6 master nodes, okay, that these coins have value behind them. And I'd like to get rid of those master nodes. So those are coins that are on exchange.
Yep. Well, we'll be happy to take a look. But ideally,
Okay.
it's not to entertain you degents. It's really to help the little guy, right? The person that's never used a bridge or a swap. The person said maybe they bought some, Doge 3 years ago, and they were sitting on something like, well, this thing's not really doing anything for me. I bought it the night that Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live, and he said, we're going to the moon, and they dumped right on everybody's head. That same night of the Saturday Night Live episode. Heinous debacle. We've seen it over and over again. So somebody like that's not, I would say really in crypto, except hearing something and buying something, and holding on to something. But even further that the folks that have never, and maybe they got a friend who can give them some Bitcoin or some Ethereum, and they're not going to sit there to learn how to go through a swap and go through all that drama. Well, no problem, sir. Please sit down. Scan the QR code. Send us that crypto. We'll credit you. You start earning. Everybody's happy. Calm, cool, collected, smiling ear to ear. There's going to be some. There's going to be a shakeup or a shakedown. I'm not sure how we want to call that. But I think some of these contracts out there are going to look like they've been exploited. And it's not that anybody hacked them. It's just the fact that when people see what the ARK has been building, this team, they're just going to bring the money over here. They're going to understand why, the how, and what the future holds. Not financial advice. I'm just saying, folks. That's where we're always so calm, cool, collected, because we know what we're doing behind the scenes. We can't show you guys. We keep our IP very, very close to the chest. But when it's time to show and tell, oh boy, there's going to be a lot of showing, there's going to be a lot of telling, and there's going to be a lot of, I think, opportunity for folks. So
and the ramp is going to be an integral part of that, right? Our bank.arkfi.io ramp,
absolutely.
product
Absolutely.
And
A lot of these folks are not going to have experience with even crypto wallets. So this will be their first time coming in and purchasing. Correct.
I tried to get my father-in-law to use that, and he tried $2,000, and it was asking for KYC, and then he tried $1,000, and it was still asking for KYC, or maybe it was 500. Has anybody used the ramp without KYC? And if so, like what amount did it allow without doing KYC?
Plenty of people.
I did the ramp with my debit card, and there was no KYC.
And how much?
I did $50, and then did $300, and then Chase sent me a letter saying you can't do that anymore.
Okay.
So they missed $400 or $350, and they were all mad. But now, like, Chase will not do even a debit card if it has anything to do with crypto. So if you have a Chase account,
well, Mr. Big, you know that Raphael had the same problem, and they did that to him, but he keeps buying. Raphael, tell him what's.
Yeah, look, I keep buying. I called the fraud department. I called everybody. They didn't want to deal with it. So I showed up to the bank that I deal with, and I told them I want to buy in this place, and you guys are saying, no, this is not money. There's any restrictions that you can not, I'm the one who's saying that I want to buy here, not you. There's no laws, there's no regulations, there's nothing. You tell me that, and right now you have to give me all my money, give me a check for all my funds, and I will be glad to take all my 11 trucks out of there and all my funds to another bank. No, sir, you can buy whatever you want. So I've been buying crypto with my debit
okay,
card.
but what bank is that?
Chase Bank, JP Morgan. I've been dealing
In
with
in the U.S.
Yes, sir. I'm from New York City.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna tomorrow morning. I'm going over to my Chase Bank at 9:00 in the morning, and I'm gonna let them have it.
Yeah, I told them,
Stick it to the man.
You want all the trucks to get out of there, paying all the
Exactly. I've got a car loan, my insurance, and my house payment to them, and
Yeah,
I've got $500,000 worth.
They cannot give you a check in there. They don't have the money. They have it in access and stuff. And if you ask them to give you $500,000 check, it'll take them a whole week. So,
all right. Thanks for the info. I'm going there tomorrow morning.
And before I did my KYC with the on ramp, I was able to buy 50, 300, and 500. And then I bought 2 times. I bought 1,000. Yeah, 2 times I bought 1,000. I was buying the BUSD, and I had to do the KYC, but it worked pretty good. So.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Brandon? And Mr. Big?
Yes, sir. Yep. Boy, I've got the hair in my arms are standing up now. I'm about ready to go over there right now, but I'll go in the morning.
I can only imagine you being a pain in the ass. Boy, you're gonna give it to him. You should make a short about that. Hey guys, if you're having problems with your bank, here's the short of how you bitch them out.
I'm gonna put a mask on too. I'm gonna put a mask on before I walk in.
A gas mask? Because that would scare them.
Need one, because if they say no, it could be. No, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to give myself away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be careful. Don't get violent. No need for violence, folks. What Raphael did was brilliant. How dare you? These are my funds. I spend them how I want. I am the customer, and I choose to spend where I want. If that's not good enough for you, then I'll leave. Oh, don't leave, sir, please. Okay, then let me spend my funds how I wish. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's nothing illegal about it. On the contrary, this is the shift that's happening in the industry. PayPal now has the the tetralogy. We learned a new word yesterday, right? You can buy, sell, send, and spend crypto on PayPal, folks. We are mainstream now. That's so bullish. They're waiting for to hear that, because they did get involved with crypto, but you couldn't. You could buy it and sell it, but hold it there. You couldn't transfer it. It was so centralized. It wasn't even funny. It wasn't even, a product, because we know not your keys, not your crypto. So what's the point of having it if you can't spend it? You can't send it anywhere. It's not real. It's fake. So with that, back to Coach Mistletoe. I think we gave away already too much alpha of the ARK Lite today. But we're going to turn over to Coach Mistletoe. But before we do that, Kelly Snook is in the house. She's got the spaceship parked up on the top floor of the headquarters here on the ARK. If you have any questions, folks, this is the time to ask her.
Sorry, I was just having lunch with the aliens.
The Greys? Is that what they call them? I heard somebody say the Greys.
What is that other group of people? The Anunnaki? Is that what it is?
Oh, that's a whole another thing. You got to ask Coach Brad about that. He knows all about those things.
Don't forget the Branch Davidians.
Over Waco. No.
Yeah, for Brando, it's the Chupacabra.
The Chupacabra. So, last chance. While we have her here, you can ask about aliens if you wish. I don't know if she'll answer, or you can ask about ARK, or you can ask about anything. See how is her day going? I know Mr. Justin McDonald's always likes to say hello and maybe ask a question for Miss Kelly, but we know Justin's also a busy man. He wakes up so early to make sure the mission gets accomplished. Very important mission. All right. Let's see. I'll do the button for you, Kelly.
You got the crickets button? Yeah.
You always like to ask. Well, I'll ask you a question. In what part of the globe? Where's Waldo? We play the Where's Kelly?
I am at home for 4th week in a row.
That's not.
It's a 2023 record.
Sheesh. Fuel up the plane, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly's got places to go, people to see. The lady is always on the move. But that's a positive thing when we say sleeping in your own bed 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's been blissful.
Yeah. The traveling life is a tough life. That's why we're not famous celebrities and musicians.
Indeed.
It's a tough racket. It's a tough racket, to tell you. Really tough one. All right. So, Coach Mistletoe, we don't have any questions at this time. So we turn it over to you. I hear you got some great new shorts for all of us to see. I'm going to play the last one.
Thank you. I was going to say we got some shorts, and we got actually a longer short one from Donatello. So let's dive right into it.
Oh yeah,
it's actually 4 minutes. So it's bending the rules a little bit, but I'm going to let it pass because it's definitely an amazing short. Talks about the lawn and ARK and got some great words to say. So let's pull up what we got in store for today for the shorts contest.
Sheesh.
And first up, we got Palo Razo Ito. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but it's a little hard to say. But we do have a few more shorts as well. I think we got 2 or 3 more days left before the contest is coming to a wrap. So get your last minute shorts out there. If you're sitting on a few drafts, make sure you upload them before the time is run out. You don't want to miss the contest, especially if you've been sitting on a few amazing shorts. Once we get to batch 3, we do a little vote off here. Like we show all the 3 shorts of the day. We do a vote off with the community. Community has 24 hours to vote. Person that gets the most votes wins $50. worth of ARK. They move to round 2. Once we get those 7 winners of the week, everyone that won the first round moves to round 2. We get 7 winners of the day going for another round 2 vote off. Community once again has 24 hours to vote for them. Person that wins that moves to the 3rd round. They win $100 worth of ARK, but they're moving to the grand prize, which we're going to do coming up probably this weekend or next week, early next week. But how that's going to work is once we have the 4 winners of the week, those people are going to go head to head. It's going to be the 4 winners for probably a poll for probably 48 or 72 hours, gives everyone ample time to go review the shorts, vote for their favorite one, and crown the victor for the best ARK short. They're going to win $500 worth of ARK, taking home that grand prize. And we're also doing another grand prize for the person that has the most views out of any of the shorts that have been uploaded for the past month. Definitely a lot of them are coming close. I've seen a few actually with over 10,000 plays. So I'm going to have to do some digging, find out who has the most plays, and that person is going to win another whopping $500 worth of ARK. Lots of prizes to be given out. We're also doing, oh yeah, super bullish on that. We're also doing 5 random prizes of $100 worth of ARK each. And how you enter that is simply just create a short. If you've created a short, you haven't won any of the daily, the weekly, the monthly, or the most views, you're still entered in for that random draw. And it definitely pays to enter. If you got one more short, if you got one short uploaded to YouTube, make sure you upload them to all the different platforms. If you have one video and you upload it to 4 different platforms, that's actually 4 entries onto that wheel. So it definitely pays to spread out your content and take a shot at that algorithm for each one too. So that's the shorts contest. Let's take a look at what we got in store for today on this lovely Wednesday. So first up, Palo Rosoita. Looks like we've got some GIFs coming in. So I think a group, maybe a syndicate, learned how to create some GIFs and upload them to the shorts. But hey, it's all it takes. Entered into the shorts contest. Palo Rosetti. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next up, we got a big competitor here, Chalrux. I think they've created now like 7 or 8 shorts. So they've just been on a tear, and every time they've been creating some really creative, funny memes incorporating the ARK. So let's take a look at what they got in store for today. FUD in the bear market. There's Chalrux. Watch it one more time. Escaping the bear market and the FUD with style. Awesome job there, Chalrux, creating the amazing memes. And last but not least, we got Donatello. He's got a 4-minute short for us. Not really a short, but he's definitely been creating some amazing content. Atlas, you got this one here. I can't play this video for some reason. Actually, let me see if it's going to work this time. But
I pulled it up.
No. All right, perfect. So this is Donatello. Donatello Investing. He definitely needs no introduction, but if you're not subscribed to his channel, definitely go be sure to drop a follow and like up all of his videos. So let's take a look at what he's got in store for today. Donatello.
So check this out. I'm outside cutting the yard, and I just had this thought. And the thought is about ArkFi and what it takes for me to maintain my yard. And I kind of had the thought of the comparison, and I'm going to show you something. So if you look at my yard and you look at the grass and all that stuff, and just so much it takes just to maintain this. If you look at this, the grass is so beautiful. It's summer, and yeah, so it looks good, and it takes a lot to maintain this. So as I was saying with ARK, ARK is a protocol that has so many different aspects in the system, and it takes a lot to maintain the system. So what ARK has done was created all these different aspects with the protocol to help support it, to help sustain it, to help keep it healthy. Now, with developing of building something that is beautiful, that looks good, it takes work, it takes time, it takes dedication, it takes a lot of different pieces, or I would say equipment. If we're comparing it to a yard, there's a lot of different equipment that I have to use, whether it's the lawnmower, whether it's the blower, whether it's the weed eater, whether it's some Roundup. There's times where I have to do maintenance, like putting down mulch, you know, doing different things, pressure washing the house. So I have to do all these things to maintain my home, which when you look at ArkFi, you do the comparison, and what ArkFi is being developed to be is building different aspects with the protocol that's going to help sustain and help the protocol flourish to look good and look beautiful for all to want to or want to be a part and invest and even be a part and help maintain and build. Even if you look at my neighborhood, you know, it's just like everybody home is just so beautiful. So when you think about just even my neighborhood and you think about ARK, you do the comparison, having everybody to look at everybody's yard and want to maintain and keep it functioning and looking healthy. Everybody contributes because there's something good in the neighborhood. And also with the neighborhood also comes, I'm in the HOA, meaning I have to pay fees every year to be in this neighborhood. But with the fees comes different types of rules. So, and then when you look at ARK has smart contracts that have different type of rules. And these smart contracts help maintain the system, help everything be true and accurate as it should be, and all that good thing. So I was just in the yard just thinking about it. I was like, man, you know, ARK is doing kind of the same aspect when you think about it. Looking at my yard and just looking at ArkFi team, what they're doing, and how it's going to all develop into something great. But also, you also got to think about also just thinking about even the seasons that comes, and with things, and even with the grass plant, and there's different seasons for different times. Things look better in certain seasons. So, you know, ArkFi is in that season, but summer is coming, you know, and to where everything is going to blossom and flourish and looks really, really beautiful. So just be patient with it. Contribute as much as you can. The team is doing their thing. They're developing their building to help things to be able to flourish and look good and beautiful, just as my yard looks right now.
Let's go. I love the analogy with the yard, the beautiful houses, the community. I'm sure he's in one of those maybe gated community, maybe not gated, but one of those communities where, you know, everyone's got to keep their yard nice, got to have rules, everything like that. A great analogy. I love that. It's a great job, Donatello. And let's
Beautiful
pull
lawn.
up. Oh yeah. I was like, wow, he's got a really nice lawn. Yeah. But he's out there. He's taking care of it. So lastly, for wrapping up yesterday, we still have some winners to announce. Let me pull up the winners. I accidentally closed the contest instead of voting, so let me just pull it up. Yesterday we had Delilah 7 Venge, Jay Vanquish, and as well as Ivan Regazino. And it looks like the polls came in 57% of the votes going to Ivan Regazino. Congratulations, you won yesterday's best ARK short of the day, claiming $50 worth of ARK and moving over to round 2, the final round, before we wrap up the contest. So that's it for today. And next up we got the Sparky. Back over to you there, Alice.
Yes, sir. Let's get the Sparky front and center here on the stage where it belongs. And let's see if you could tell us, Coach Mistletoe, how much Sparky is in the pot, ready to go.
Let's see. We got 881.5 ARK for some lucky winner for today. Are they going to be live on the podcast? I really hope so, because it's definitely magical when they are.
Well, Kelly seems to have really good luck when she comes on Wednesdays. Maybe it's a relative or, you know, somebody in her rocket science group, because she's been on a tear.
She has.
The chances, right? The chances. I don't know if it's the magic of the spaceship that she arrives on, but something's happening. I'm sure it's all fair and legit because the contracts are built to be random. So there's no questioning of that. It's just a magical piece of something happening. Maybe her time travel is the key to it. Playing within the realm. All right, we're going to release it. I think everybody here knows how to be eligible to win the Sparky. If you don't know, this time to raise your hand, let us know. Meanwhile, let's sit back, relax, and see who wins.
Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. What kind of feeling? I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Lips as sweet as candy, its taste is on my mind.
Let's get this
Girl,
crypto.
you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a thought from you, girl, but I don't need no cure. I just stay a victim if I can for sure. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. What kind of feeling? I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Let's get this crypto.
All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. What kind of feeling? I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I said I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Hooked on the Sparky, folks. That nitro boost, it does feel good. And today's lucky winner, their wallet ends in C6BB. They've won 795.11 ARK, and they are a two-time winner. Well, you're seeing a lot of two-time winners getting that double juice, the double juice down, double nitro boost. So they know how good it feels to see that NDV go through the roof, 2% all day, every day. And the MVP, their wallet ends in 0899. I think this is probably the third, fourth. Mr. Toad, how many consecutive times has 0899 been MVP?
I can look it up.
Yes.
They've been like the past 3 days at least.
At least, right?
Least.
Someone knows something we don't know. Someone's really making some moves.
Yeah, 3 days in a row. Can I keep going? That 4 days in a row. That's what they've hit it. 4 days.
Sheesh. All right. I don't know who it is. That
They're on a tear.
They're on their own tear. And that's the beautiful thing. Everyone gets to play their own game, and that's admirable and wonderful to see. And speaking about our own game, we have something we do very special here every single day, and that's a DeFi Sessions with our very own crypto DeFi expert, Mr. Z. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Over there in Asia, coming through.
Are you able to hear me, Alex?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Always on the move. Happy hump to everybody. Always fun place to be here to look into crypto, look into ARK. And we got loads of things to kind of go over. I mean, the charts, we're looking bearish. But let me just share my screen. Let me see if I can share my screen. 1 second. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes,
Not
we can.
yet. Okay, there it is.
Cool. So we were able to see the BTC chart. Awesome. Yeah, when we look into the charts, when we look into what the sort of technicals are showing us is we are looking for more bearish climate here. I think there's levels at 22K, there's levels at sort of 21K, 15, 19, all this sort of area for Bitcoin. And I think we are looking to go a little down. I mean, if we look at the dollar index needs to strengthen up. Like that's one thing that we're seeing. So this is just a 4-hour chart. I apologize for the size of the screen, but we'll make it work. But like the dollar needs to get to 111, 112. And it will do it over the next period of, you can say, 3 to 4 months. So we'll see that happen. So when things are like these are happening, and then you have the yuan sort of getting cheaper against the dollar, and that basically increases export and business with the yuan in China. So you're going to get these patterns where the dollar strengthens, and that's where sort of real money gets spent. One thing I looked into is Shopify. So we talked about PayPal, we talked about a few different we can say aspects that adoption can come from, but like Shopify has about 2 million users. And can someone's microphone be muted? I can hear somebody. I can hear an echo.
I got it. Sorry about that.
No worries. Yeah, so down to it, like sort of Shopify has added Solana Pay as its sort of wallet, which is pretty exciting. We're going to see much more of this. So yeah, Solana estimates that 10% of all e-commerce transactions in the United States, or $444 billion worth of e-commerce market, are made through its platform. So when you have sort of numbers like this and you're using a wallet to make payments, you make a lot of like sort of ease for the customer and for the business on both sides. And so I'm excited for Solana coming into crypto in a big way and allow people to accept USDC. So that's one thing that I had in mind. The other thing I looked into was MoonPay's little partnership with Binance US. Binance US is still alive. Like they still have a lot of partnerships to make on their roadmap. So MoonPay offers Binance US a solution to crypto payments suspension. So customers now in the US have the option of buying stablecoins using their debit or credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and converting it into crypto tokens. So when you have partnerships like this happen, you see much more of a blossoming of competition, a blossoming of different sorts of solutions, and people can sort of take payments in all sorts of, you can say, devices, norms, apps. But yeah, this is Binance's partnership with MoonPay. It's pretty good. So we respect to Binance US. We're providing a service for those users that want to purchase crypto as well as convert their crypto to fiat and deposit into the US bank accounts. So they understand, like, this is the gameplay here. You make financing easier for people. That's how adoption happens. Yeah, for today, like that's as short as I'll put it, because I think that's the sort of gist of the market and adoption as well. When we have these sort of partnerships happen in Web 2 and in the space globally. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys were able to enjoy that session. Thank you.
we have the unemployment claims tomorrow, Mr. Z.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some fluctuation tomorrow for sure. Those are, to me personally, those are days you avoid to trade. Honestly,
Go fishing.
Unless you're an expert, go fishing.
Don't worry. Don't forget that Friday the Fed, Jerome Powell is going to open his big freaking mouth and probably tell us we're going to have another interest rate hike. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, Jerome Powell speaks as well. So these are moments where things fluctuate quite hard, and that's when you have to. You have to be an advanced trader, but now the more I sort of speak to traders, the more I realize they avoid these days. There's plenty of days to trade. You got to find the right pattern. But yeah, you keep away from the market these days. That's my opinion.
Brandon, are you trading tomorrow with the unemployment news? He's making a burrito right now.
I'm shorting the S&P tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're joining Michael Burry there.
Yep. I got a feeling we're going to have a drop in that S&P. I'm going to scrape a little cash so I can put it back into ARK.
Mark your calendars, folks. Mark your calendars. The blue moon. Brett talks about the blue moon. You don't need a spaceship to see it. You're going to be able to feel it all the way from your living room or home office or wherever you might get your crypto feeds. Can't wait to see the show. But you never know. Michael Burry's been wrong a bunch of times too, Mr. Big. He's not always right.
No, I don't follow any of those guys. I do my own.
Let's go. Let's go. All right.
Kramer.
Well, that's going to bring us.
Whatever Kramer tells you, you do the opposite.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He's really, really, really funny.
Bye.
So, all right, folks, that's going to bring us to the end of today's podcast. I'm going to thank Kelly Snook. She pulled up on her purple, greenish spaceship, landed on the roof. Great time having her here. We're always happy to see her here on the Wednesdays, the hump days. We're going to be back tomorrow, Thursday, for 297. Just 4 days away from the 300th podcast here on the ARK. Boy, time does fly. And do things get better and better? They absolutely do. We're going to stick around, and we're going to have a little Q&A right after the recording. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them then. Until tomorrow, we wish you all a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, morning, wherever you might be in the world. And we'll see you all tomorrow.